Today is Wednesday, July 19th. We are at the Skagwy Port of Call. We will be visiting the Yukon territory today.
Come to
those things we got in New Hampshire.
that was an advertisement for Kermsey's Curios here off to our right from back in the day.
Like what we got in Maine.
They use that rock faces, their own little billboard. Coming up here on the right is the fire and police department. Fun fact about this building, it actually cost more to construct this building than it did to purchase the entirety of Alaska from back in the day. Coming up on our left is our natural food store. Well, drill is Black Lake. You'll notice that the water is very dark in color. I think the first story makes far more sense, and that's what I normally go with. We're going to pull over here in a moment and try and get out and get some pictures before moving on. Area during the winter also gets a lot of snow, and you know it's a lot when I say it because I'm from Utah where we get dumped on with snow all the time, but through here I've been told over during the winter.
Fraser Lake.
And Fraser Lake, like many of the bodies of water up in this area, are all glacially fed, which means that the water is going to be very cold and quite infertile. It's kind of, I think if you are accustomed to great, the views are great. There's not too much else to do, so I think if you do come up here and get stationed at Customs, you do have to pick up fishing as a hobby. And that did play a part in why the White Pass Trail was the most, also played part in why so many of the horses did perish. There bridges the gap over the Tushai River, which runs through here, kind of off the grid. Handing it off of the lake, off of the river bottom. And now we've got here off to our right this lake. Lake Yukon. We would pull over here, but there's an even better spot. We ran into George Carmack and his relatives, and he informed them up. There's a lot of places to stop along the Tushai Lake, and this is definitely my favorite spot. So now we are exiting British Columbia and into the... So if you do want to try and see one of those little white specks... Oh, there's the mountain. We weren't able to do all of it there, but tried to refine a little bit more of it to cut costs before they had to sell it from out of here.
Skagwy Lake. This Bob Island, Skagwy. Bob Island
Yeah, I
and
do
Skagwy
believe
Lake.
that this area through here is all owned by the government. Caribou Crossing, where, like I said, we'll be eating our meal today. I'll tell you a little bit about what they've got on site. So they're at optimum cuteness right now, which is great. Catches people.
What are we doing?
Alpaca. Take a picture.
Okay. Alpacas.
Okay.
Alpacas.
The thing is related.
Awesome pony.
Little Ronnie.
From this side, Paul. You can see the
Yeah, I can see one.
that
Drinking
one
water.
inside.
Oh yeah.
You see the car? And go that way. I'm going to stand there over there. I'm just going to show you what's it. All these different colors.
Yeah, I think we will.
Emerald Lake. Water is emerald green.
Down at the bottom. Emerald Lake.
Emerald Lake.
But you know, the story of the gold rush is kind of a sad one. Like I said earlier in the day, roughly 100,000 people made their way through Skagwy, and women that had beaten them there. So they really had only two options. They could either try... I don't know about all of you, but I feel like for me that would be pretty soul-crushing to have traveled so far on such a difficult path to arrive only... some of what they would have had to have crossed and be able to make it all in a one-day trip.
Car cross. Kotumpur.
Yeah, that's the crash. Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, no, so there is no doubt.
I'm going to go behind again and take picture.
Car cross down.
Fine. Love the street. You look down, what you're wearing today. Oh, you do, because how often we forget, right? Is it your central?
Zweite Mal eins.
The scenery of the town of Carcross. Yukon border.